Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. It's Niall, and I'm just here to give a quick reaction to what was just seen at the Magna Centre in Rotherham, as Hughie Fury has returned to the ring for the first time in 3 years, and widely outpointed the bullish and game Ukrainian Konstantin Dovbychenko over 6 rounds. And yeah, as I say, Hughie Fury making his return for the first time since 2021, and in terms of this one, it was just all about shaking off the ring rust. He widely outpointed Dovbychenko, which was expected, unless he drastically kind of declined. He was never going to lose. It was just about getting kind of minutes in the tank and getting that ring rust off, and he does it done as expected. He looked good. He there was no kind of frills performance. He done what he had to do. He boxed well off the back foot. He put his shots together well. Never really hurt Dovbychenko, which he was never going to really stop Dovbychenko, to be honest with you. Not being a huge kind of puncher, a heavyweight, and Dovbychenko has never been stopped in 15 losses. He's never been stopped once, so he's a very, very tough man. Kept coming forward, bullishly strong, and yeah, he was in there till the end of the 6 rounds, and Hughie Fury won it widely. I believe the scorecards read 59-56 in his favour. So yeah, he registers a win. And as I mentioned, it's his return after a long, long layoff. And the question now will be what's next for Hughie Fury. Hughie Fury, I've always rated him, to be quite honest with you. He's got a lot of stick in the past, but I rate Hughie Fury. I think he's a clever boxer. He has really good ability. He's a really good boxer and he's tough. I just think Hughie Fury's problem is he's been managed really strangely. It's a really strange kind of career path that he's followed, that they've let him down. He's fought a litany of kind of way below par opponents, below domestic level, even heavyweights. And then they've put him in with the likes of Joseph Parker, Alexander Povetkin, Kubrat Pulev. To make that jump is just not, it never worked for him. He was never ready to take them fights. Yeah, he was in fights that he really wasn't ready for. Absolutely credit to him for taking the fights. Especially the likes of Pulev going to Bulgaria to fight Kubrat Pulev, uh, fighting Joseph Parker for a world title when you're so young. I believe he was 21, I believe, 21, 22 when he fought Joseph Parker, and a lot of people actually thought he might have beat Joseph Parker. It was a weird fight, but people thought he deserved the decision, but he didn't really do enough to take the title that night. But yeah, he's lost to these big names, but I think now it's going to be really interesting to see how they match him. You know, he's still young in terms of the heavyweight boxing game. He's still young. He's 29, but he can't really afford to waste much more time. I think he needs to keep active now, which he will. He'll be out again in 3 weeks' time on May 11th in Cardiff on the Lauren Price and Jessica McCaskill undercard. So I'd expect a slight step up of an opponent now from Dovbychenko, but it won't be obviously a kind of notable name, but it's just about continuing to get back into ring shape and getting the ring rust off, and he needs to keep active and he needs to be matched now. Kind of, you look at domestic level, there's Fabio Wardley and Fraser Clark who've just battled to an amazing draw. Hughie Fury should be in that mix, looking to be in that mix by say the end of the year, start of next year, and then go on to European level if he was successful, obviously around the European level before he kind of steps in with these world level operators like a Joseph Parker or an Alexander Povetkin. One fight that I could see happening, to be honest, is the fight that was meant to happen in 2022 was Michael Hunter, who's had his own kind of under the radar comeback over the last couple of months. He's fought a couple of times. Of course, both men were meant to fight in 2022, and it was Hughie Fury who had to pull out twice due to COVID, long COVID symptoms, that caused him to pull out on 2 occasions. And then he never fought in 2023. So yeah, it's this 3 year layoff, and you know it'll be interesting to see as he steps up the levels how kind of how much that is still affecting him, if it is at all. But he needs to keep active now and build up towards a Michael Hunter fight, which I could see happening possibly the end of this year or the start of next year. It'd be a good fight, that sort of level. You've also got the likes of Martin Bacoli, which would be another really interesting fight, same sort of level. Whether that happens, I don't know. I think the Hunter fight is more likely, and the Hunter fight is a real crossroads fight for both men. Both men need to be coming through that if they really want to push on for another go at world titles. Of course, Michael Hunter has uh fought top names. Well, cruiserweight, he fought Alexander Usyk, and he also fought Povetkin. He battled to a draw against Povetkin. Kind of a step better than Yui Fury can manage, who lost the decision. But yeah, it's a real interesting fight. Hopefully we get to see it a few years after we should have originally seen it. But Yui Fury against Michael Hunter is a likely one for me, I think, going towards the end of the year. But the important thing is now for Yui Fury, it's activity. As I say, he's out May 11th. I'd expect him to come through that. Whoever he's against there will be a win in the column for Yui Fury, and then get out as much as you can over 2024 on GBM cards and build yourself up to the likes of maybe a Fraser Clark Fabio Wardley fight. Who knows if they fight to a fight rematch again, and maybe Yui Fury could get the winner. But definitely be looking at a Michael Hunter fight then, or Martin Bacoli or Stillian White come back. There's a lot of options now for Yui Fury coming back into the heavyweight division. As I says, I rate him. I think he has the ability to kind of cause a lot of people problems. He just has to be managed correctly now. So hopefully that can be the case for him. But it remains to be seen. So it'll be an interesting rest of 2024 for Yui Fury after his return tonight. So yeah, that was just my quick reaction to Yui Fury returning to the ring for the first time in 3 years. The widely outpoint Konstantin Dolpashenko in Rotherham. And yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. How do you think Yui Fury looked tonight? Were you impressed? Was it just routine win as expected? And who would you like to see him fight as the rest of the year goes on? Would you like to see him in with Fabio Wardley, Fraser Clark? Would you like to see him in with Dillian White? Would you like to see him in with Martin Bacoli or Michael Hunter? The Michael Hunter fight. Let us know what you think as always. And yeah, as always, don't forget, drop a like on this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've a lot of great content coming up. We're actually in Rotherham this evening, ringside, so there'll be interviews with fighters on the card coming up. There's interviews already on the channel with Arlo Stevens after his pro debut tonight. So yeah, a lot of great content as always. And yeah, speak next time and take care.